Hi, this is your Professor David Lane. I'd like to introduce you to the philosophy course, my online 8-week class. A couple of things you're going to notice is we have a general website called neuralsurfer.com. We have a general library of free materials that you can access. I have a YouTube channel that has about 200 original films. This is Facebook. Twitter I generally don't use. This is my email address. Class forum, and audio books. We have audio versions of the books, and I highly recommend it. They're not very expensive, $5 to $10, and it's easy to listen to in your car, on your phone, on a computer. What I wanted you to look at here are there's going to be 10 required books. Don't get fearful. The reading is not too long. The books are pretty small. And what I'd like you to do is we have audio versions of each of these books, except for a couple, like Is the Universe Made Out of Rubber Bands and things of that nature. As you go on, I want you to be real clear here. In this philosophy course, we are following what we call a consilient approach, which is much more typical of how philosophy was done in Aristotle's day, where one covered the natural sciences. This is not a history of philosophy course, but is rather designed to be very current and demonstrate how to think philosophically and scientifically through each major academic branch, from physics to biology to neuroscience to religion. Now, we've done hundreds of original articles, I think 50 original books. So this class is a little different than probably what you're used to. We're not using one textbook. We use a lot of individual books that we have produced. And we've done this at cost. Nobody makes any money on it because I think textbooks are far too expensive. One of the things you're going to do is create a Google site, and you're going to keep a record of everything you do in this course on your Google site. I've given you an instructional video here. As you scroll down, what I want you to see, there's a rhythm to this class. And the rhythm to the class, besides an overview guide called The Basics of Philosophy, which gives you just a general free online overview of how philosophy is done, it breaks down into weeks. So we have week 1 and 2, The Great Mystery and How Socrates Died. You're going to read these two books. One has an audio version, The Great Mystery. The other one, Socrates. And I also tell you how much time it takes to read, about an hour here, maybe 3 hours there. Then we have extra credit, The Life of Pythagoras in an audio version. Then there's a series of films I want you to watch, all original, very short, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then each week, or every 2 weeks, you'll have 2 essay questions you're required to answer. When you've answered these in essay format, about 150 words, you put them on your class forum, and you put this on your website as well. Always keep a copy of everything you do on your website, because at midterm and final time, that's what I'll be grading. And as we move on, you'll see the natural rhythm. Again, on week 3, we do Natural Philosophy of the Universe. We have 2 books. Quantum Weirdness, there's an audio version here. Is the Universe Really Made Out of Rubber Bands? No audio version, but very short. And then, of course, we have extra credit reading. We also have the required films, again, very short films, and an extra credit film with Brian Greene. Then you'll see that you have 2 essay questions that need to be done by probably each Sunday or each second Sunday. There's 2 fundamental deadlines, midterm and final. Then as you move on, we go to biological philosophy and evolutionary thinking. Again, we have a required book called Darwin 101, an audio version as well. As you move down, we have an extra credit book called Evolutionary Limits, and Cosmic Creationism. Again, required films, and then of course your 2 required essays, which you put on your class forum, but more importantly, you put on your website. Then on September 25th, we'll have a midterm that is due, which will be you sending me your website that has all the information that you've done in this class, all your essays, and any extra credit you've done, and also a response to the midterm examination, which I will post within a couple weeks. As we move into the second part of the semester, you go into neural philosophy and consciousness. Here we have a book called Is the Universe an App? Also an audio version, series of films, and then again the 2 required questions. And then as we move into week 6 and 7, we have digital philosophy and artificial intelligence. Here we have 2 books called Einstein's Wastebasket, The Avatar Project, again both an audio version, extra credit with digital philosophy, and some required films. And then last we conclude in week 8, Mystical Philosophy and Transcendence, a famous book called The Unknowing Sage, audio version. And then we have this thing called the Circle of the Wise, which is interviews with Californian philosophers. It gives you a glimpse of what philosophers today are thinking. And then, of course, with a series of films. And again, your essay questions. And then the final exam will be due October 21st. And then I give you a grading breakdown. Of course, you don't want to plagiarize. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you're confused about anything, you just email me at dlane@mountsac.edu. Again, I advise you to check over the syllabus very carefully, very systematically. Thank you so much. It's good to have you in class. Bye.